entering the atmosphere of Planet Zero. Scanning for signals. Incoming broadcast. Shift destination. VSS Page Journal. Begin transmission.
Welcome to the book club from Planet Zero.
The book club from Planet Zero.
Working title.
Working title. You gotta say it with
You gotta inflect it.
You gotta say it with a little bit of like sci-fi. Woo!
The book club from Planet Zero.
See, you got me
And
scared.
the laser beams.
Oh, put those away.
And the creature.
Oh, we don't let the creature.
We don't talk about the creature.
Yeah, he left plasmic goo on my. Is that him right now? Oh God!
See what happens? You mentioned the creature, he'll text you.
Okay, we'll stop talking about him now.
You gotta let it go. Okay. Welcome to the cast. It's episode 1. Return to Planet Zero.
The return that we came back.
We decided to stay.
We're still thinking
Potentially.
on a title for this.
Yep.
We
Got
went-
feelers out there. We're working on it.
Yeah, we went to a bar the other night and like asked around, 'cause, like, what do you guys? What do they think? And
Yeah. And most people were just like, "Leave me alone."
yeah,
Most people were just like, "What
comic books,
podcast?
nerd,
What?
and then
I don't care."
But the ones that did responded,
They were nice. They had enough drinks in them.
yeah, they Page Turners was a big one that.
Page Turner's still very much in the lead of those. For those of you who are following the chronicles of us trying to name this thing,
I like
via
how
our social medias. Page Turner's won the Instagram poll.
How was that? Did you post that up?
Yeah, well, I didn't like post it. I just kind of let it run, and then when it was done, Page Turner's had like the majority of the votes.
Which is
It
3?
won 6,
One?
like 8. I don't know.
Well, that's what. The more we say it, the more gross it kind of sounds.
That one guy, that one guy you mentioned it to. He reacted in shock, which you thought was positive.
I said the first time, and he was like,
his eyes got wide. He took a step back. He went,
like,
huh?
I thought he was like, let me hear that again, man.
Yeah, he was like, hit me with it one
I
more
was like,
time.
Page Turners, and he's like, wow, that is god awful.
He's like, that's the worst one.
That's
He was like, whatever the other options are.
because it was
that is
funny
the
because
worst
like
one.
before we asked him, the last couple people said like, oh, Page Turners, ooh,
Page
and then I got to
Turners,
him, and he
edgy.
like edgy. No, but I think Planet Zero is actually coming a namestay.
I like
us.
it. It's growing on me.
It's very sci-fi. I like sci-fi.
I love sci-fi. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this week, or the assignment currently that we're on right now for each other,
Homework.
the homework that we've been assigned to each other. Eric's reading all the Moon Knight appearances.
Christian's the Moon Knight guy.
I've recommended that to him.
You could call him a moon cuck for a Moon Knight.
I wouldn't let you do that.
Maybe we won't say that.
No, that's fine.
Can I say it?
I'm just not. I just wouldn't let. It's like when people call me Chris. If I tell you don't call me Chris, it means we're fine. If you call me Mooncock and I don't correct you, just watch your back. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, you're.
If you call me Chris and I don't correct you, you can just delete my number out of your phone.
Let me just change your phone name real quick.
Just in case you haven't watched episode 0 or listened to episode 0, because it'd be hard to watch. I'm Christian.
I'm Erik.
And we're just two buddies who read books together.
Oh, Christian was
now.
assigned,
What am I reading?
Yeah, Christian was assigned One Piece because I'm a huge One Piece nut.
Hell yeah!
Know.
We're gonna get better at doing the intro. We're gonna get all the intro out of the way.
I thought we were doing a pretty good job so far.
We keep jumping, but I like it. It's the energy.
We'll get there.
It's the energy that we have.
It's energy. It's that monster energy. All right, so let's talk about Moon Knight.
You want to talk about Moon Knight first?
To be fair, not be fair. Well, Christian reads faster than me. I like to take my leisure time.
If you know anything about the publication, Erik has read the first 2 issues in which Moon Knight appears, which is Werewolf by Night. What was it? 32 and 33, 31 and 32?
Whatever. It's just 2 werewolf.
Yeah.
And then it was like
and then it was Marvel Spotlight, which he was in, I think, 25 and 26 or 24 and 25. I could be wrong on that.
And now this is Defenders arc. I read that, and then
you read the Defenders issues he was in.
Yes, when he joined.
Yeah.
And they fight Scorpio.
I read 8 volumes of One Piece.
Impressive. See, he did more than me. If you stack it up next to each other, he clearly read more than me. But doesn't mean I'm not good. Doesn't mean I'll catch up eventually.
There's still a lot to talk about with what you read.
Yes, there is.
So let's dive into it.
Well, okay, so the thing is about this is 70s comics.
Yeah.
The thing is about 70s comics, it looks beautiful.
They're really
It's
colorful.
very colorful. I love the poses that people make. I love the art, just the art style in general. The writing, on the other hand, seems like they kind of.
You don't like the writing?
I just feel like they always got to
completely valid criticism.
They always got to remind me that the werewolf's hand is hurting.
Yeah,
you know?
you got it. Well, they don't want you to forget. It's important.
I mean, if you put the little like pain marks around his wrist and him agony, I'll get it the next couple times. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to like in every panel he's hurting. You got the little text bar has to tell me his hand is hurting. I can see his hand hurting, buddy.
Can I just? How did you feel about the twist ending of the second Werewolf by Night?
Oh God, how'd that go again?
Where because he delivers them. He delivers the werewolf to the committee.
And then Moon Knight was all like, you know what? They guilt tripped him.
No, he was like, pay me. Because I got to get out of here. Give me the bread you owe me. And they're like, all right, here's your money. And then he's like, you know what?
They're like, excuse me, he is not a werewolf yet, Moon Knight. Until he turns into a werewolf, I'm not giving you the money. But then they gave him the money. But the thing is, like, the werewolf and his chicks, his side pieces or whatever. I'm sorry, one of them was his sister. My apologies. They're all like guilt tripping him, like, way to go, Moon Knight, because of you, there's an innocent person about to get killed. And then the werewolf guy's all like, yeah, how's it feel? I'm an actual person, Moon Knight. And then you said that you just enslaved me. And he's all like, I don't care. And then later he's like, I do care. You guys actually made me realize I'm an idiot. And then he helps him escape. What a good twist.
I love that guy.
Marvel Spotlight. What was that about again? Oh yeah,
Marvel Spotlight was Conquer Lord.
Oh my God, Conqueror Lord! Is he a big deal in the Marvel universe?
Conquer Lord shows up twice.
He was
you've already seen him.
Because when he made an appeance, that's his only appearance.
I think so. I think that's his only two appearances.
Dude, this guy was assassinating the mayor of New York.
Yeah, he was trying to,
and he's not a big deal in the Marvel universe.
I mean,
Conqueror Lord, he has 2 pet rats.
He does have 2 pet rats.
Are you telling me that he's...
It's my boy, dude.
Moon Knight's first main villain is just... Oh my, he looks stupid, too.
I wouldn't call him his main villain. Does Conquer Lord live? He might come back, actually.
Actually, I think he died. No, he got captured.
Conquer Lord might come back. It's been a while since I've read what you're reading. I need to reread what you're reading. But I do remember that one of my favorite things about Moon Knight early on is all the weird like flip kicks that he does. He does like a lot of like flip kicking.
He does.
He does a lot of like somersault kicks for no reason.
There's a lot of high rise kicks.
They're trying to get him. Yeah, he's definitely an acrobatic character for sure. And it's just the like the 70s versions of him where he's like it's almost as if they're trying to draw him like a crescent moon kicking a dude to drive the point home that like that's his shtick is he's the moon guy.
It's not enough that his cape has crescents, looks like a crescent.
Oh yeah, that second cape where it's just 2 loops from his neck to his wrists.
I like that.
It's a cool cape. I like that design. It's pretty neat. He's got the collar on. He's awesome.
So now we get to the Defenders. So this was my first introduction to Defenders.
The Defenders. Most of you are going to be familiar with the Defenders team from the Netflix series, right?
Huh?
You know the Netflix series?
Oh, is that the one with like
Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Daredevil, Jessica Jones?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people who aren't too familiar with like comic books are going to be like, those are the Defenders. But before...
No, I got Hellcat. I got Nighthawk.
You got like
I got Valkyrie. Okay, I knew who Valkyrie was.
You might have had the second or third iteration of the team.
Yeah, they're kind of lame.
Well, originally the Defenders
were
a
hot take?
A mystical team put together by Doctor Strange, and it had like Namor and Hulk on it.
And Hulk's still there.
Yeah, well, this one I think it's put together by Clea. I haven't read the whole run of this Defenders. I've just read the Moon Knight spots because that's what we're here for.
Well, yeah. I wasn't really vibing with them. I don't know.
Which one?
Nighthawk.
He
was all like, well, looks like I'm an eccentric millionaire who's going to kick back. And like, wow, I just read a Moon Knight where he turns out to be an eccentric millionaire who does superheroing at the side.
There's a lot of those guys.
Yeah, it's really lame. So
I mean, you hit a certain point with so much money, you do want to become Batman. You wouldn't try to be Batman if you were ridiculously rich.
Also, the main villain, Scorpio, that guy sucks.
Yeah.
I'm glad he died.
He's not the main villain. He's a part of the group. He's the leader of the group, but the group of the Zodiac. I like Gemini. Okay. I like Gemini because Gemini's just like, I'm not going to fight.
Hold on. So that's when I started popping. Some stupid fucking advice like, look at my advice, Jack Norris, and it's like, and I'm like, I don't understand what this is. It's like one of those evil villains that turn on a switch and like, and I'm like, okay, what is it doing? And all these guys came out of it.
Resurrects the Zodiac.
Yeah, and I'm like, whoa, like
Taurus,
this is lame as
Capricorn,
fuck.
and
I thought they were all lame.
They're all really dumb.
But then I started reading.
They're called the Zodiac Gang.
Wait,
they're so
on.
stupid.
I gotta
they're an
find
Avengers
these guys.
villain.
These guys
One
come
time,
back.
this is because you're not going to read this, but there's a book that came out after the first Avengers movie called like Avengers Assembled, and the first arc in that book is Thanos hires the Zodiac Gang to steal some Infinity Stones.
Dude,
they've worked with Thanos.
So like they first pop up and they're like, okay, these guys are kind of lame,
and
then they fight the Hulk a little bit and like, okay, maybe they can stand their ground, and then you realize these guys are fucking useless. Like the Aquarius guy just gives up immediately, like he sprays water and then he's like, I'm gonna kick back, and then look at this guy. Wait, what is this guy? I am Gemini.
Gemini doesn't fight at all.
A paradox in personality, and I am not of one mind on this matter. And then you got Libra.
He doesn't fight at all. He doesn't help.
Libra, the intangible embodiment of fairness, and I reserve judgment. Like,
they're based off of the Zodiac signs.
Why are you hiring these guys?
He didn't hire them. He went out of his way to resurrect them.
Yeah, they're not helpful.
Yeah.
And you know what sucks? This guy right here.
Gemini's cool.
Libra.
He
was like, I must reserve my judgment. I will fight when I... And then he waits for this guy, Gemini, to make the decision. He's like, okay, my job here is done. I'll leave now.
That's because if you know anything about astrology, Geminis and Libras a great pairing.
Really? Okay.
I don't know, actually. That's not dumb.
Damn it.
I have no clue.
I fell for it.
I have no fucking...
These guys are funny. Like I
love them.
It's funny because Scorpio was really... He's that lame villain that like hypes up like I'm building a new world and I'm evil and everything I do is right, and here's this team that's supposed to help me with my master plans, and they just
like three of them are just useless.
Three of them immediately died.
Yeah,
Virgo and Pisces and some other guy, dude. Like,
first of all, they were going up against the Hulk.
I mean, they put up a fight, but in the end, they didn't really do much. Like, these were supposed to be our threats. Like,
When you were reading this, were you confused by Nick Fury being there helping the Zodiac?
I was sure there was like a twist to it. Like he's
an
LMD.
He was a life model decoy.
A life model decoy.
Basically, in the comics, Nick Fury, if you had to give him a superpower, his superpower would be life model decoys, which are just robots that Nick Fury sends to meetings instead of going in person, just in case somebody decides to shoot him or stab him or blow him up, which happens often when you're Nick Fury. And in this book, there's a life model decoy who believes he's Nick Fury. He believes he's the real Nick Fury, but then he goes crazy and then he believes he's Nick Fury's twin brother, Max Fury. I love him.
Max Fury.
He fucking drinks beer with Scorpio and hangs out.
He thinks he's a twin brother of Nick?
I believe he starts to believe that he is like Nick's brother.
That's not true, buddy.
It's not true. He's an LMD.
Because at the end of it, he knows he's an LMD.
Yeah, and they shut him down because they're like, this is dangerous.
No, dude.
He gained self-awareness. We have to shut him down.
Nick, your robot.
They put him into like cold storage.
Nick, your robot just said he's a robot. I think that's a red flag there.
He stays in cold storage. We talked about this the other day, but he stays in cold storage until like
they put him in an ice.
They put him on ice until 2010 when they bring him back out. And this book came out in like what 1976, I think.
Yeah.
God, I love it. I love it when they bring a banger like him back.
It's just.
I also love that.
I'm glad they brought back the Zodiac, like you said.
Because you're reading. You read volume 1 of Jed McKay, right?
Who?
Remember the Moon Knight that I got you like a year ago? The current run, the trade paperback. Did you read that?
Yeah.
Remember the villain in that one with the black hood?
What about him?
His name's Zodiac.
That's the Zodiac?
No, he's unrelated. He is an unrelated character to the Zodiac gang. He has nothing to do with them.
That's lame.
Other than the fact that they, at this point in the continuity, have both fought Moon Knight.
What's his name?
Zodiac. You want to know his superpower?
Yeah, he doesn't feel pain.
He doesn't feel pain.
That's a lame power.
And his name is Terry.
Yeah, he was like a friend of Mooncock.
He infiltrated Moon Knight's midnight mission. Yeah. In the modern comics, I got Eric to read the first volume of the current run for Jed McKay.
And then I stopped there.
Yeah, because I couldn't find volume 2.
You know, speaking of which, sidetrack.
Okay.
It's funny how you got me that Marvel Moon Knight book, and then you suggested the Tom King Vision.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, this is gonna be my start to Marvel, like my introduction to Marvel. Then I got into DC.
Yeah.
So it's funny. I look at my shelf and like it just keeps growing with DC books, and I still have those 2 Marvel books.
Yeah.
Vision I didn't even read, and I'm like, one day. one day.
Oh yeah, you do have Tom King's vision. That's a good book, man.
I should read it. It's Tom King.
I'm about to reread it because I just got my copy that my friend borrowed back.
Yeah, after 2 years.
It was about 2 years that she had that book, and that's fine because
I mean, it's going to take me 2 years.
I've already read that.
It's going to take me 2 years to read this Moon Knight book.
No, it is not. There's no way. It's not going to take me 2 years to read One Piece. Read One Piece.
Yeah, but you forgot me. I got doo-doo brains. You forgot about that.
Ah, yeah, you got donkey brains.
I got donkey doo-doo brains. Now, let's talk about One Piece.
Shall we?
Yes. Okay, so where should we start with?
Probably Volume 1.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
You know, I don't know. I mean, I guess I knew what I was expecting. It was different than what I remember of watching on Toonami as a kid when I watched One Piece. Where's Volume 1?
It's right here.
That's 2.
You watched it on. You watched the anime?
I watched a little bit of the anime, just cause. I don't know. It was a slow burn for me because I just kind of wanted to get to the point.
Yeah, it's a slow build up, especially since you've seen Shonen before, so it's like
if I knew nothing about one, I will say that though is it doesn't launch me into any action, and I like Luffy as a character. I think he's fun.
Yeah,
I think he's an idiot.
Even his little shit kid.
He's a little even when he's a little shit kid. I like all the character designs, and I also very much like the Oda Sensei
SBS corner?
Yes. When they ask him questions. I like there's one where he was like, hey, who's the smartest character in One Piece? And he was like, I don't know. There's a lot of idiots, though. There's a lot of freaking stupid guys. Everyone's basically dumb. I also like that, like, after they fight Buggy, each cover of every chapter is an update on what's going on with Buggy. Like, what was the lion's name? Richie runs.
And then it becomes like a small like Richie part.
Yeah,
I think that was like a 2-parter. Yeah. And then it goes back to the Buggy.
Yeah, and then Buggy gets caught up with them. Yeah, man. No, it's definitely not its typical shonen, which I appreciate.
Good, that's good. I know that's what you were worried about when you were getting into it.
Easily Zoro is my favorite character. That guy's rad. I love
Zoro?
Yeah.
You mean Zolo?
Yeah.
Zolo.
Well, so Erik has first edition One Piece.
I'm going to tell you right now, even in modern One Piece,
really,
up to volume 100, it's still
Zolo.
It's still Zolo. They never corrected it.
What is his name?
It's Zoro. It's just that they never corrected the.
Well, then don't correct me and make me think it's Zolo because I'll be like, no, in the book it's Zolo.
Excuse me, it's an L. Roa Noah Zolo.
Roa Noah Zolo.
There's gonna be a lot of that, by the way, where it's like the English.
I like that he
thinks it's like L's, but it's really an R letter.
I like that he takes a really hard L.
Oh,
in the beginning,
Zoro
to Hawkeyes.
Hell yeah, dude!
I like that he's just like. I like that he's just like. That's my goal. That's my guy. I can do it. And then he fucking gets his ass kicked.
Where is that? I think that's volume 6. I think.
But he just takes that from Hawkeyes.
You like that fight?
I did.
Remember when he took out that little like puny knife? It's like, sorry, I don't have a smaller knife.
He's like, my bad, I don't have a smaller knife to fight you with, you weak little piece
Zoro's
of shit.
Like, you're gonna need it, buddy, or some shit like that. I don't know.
No,
he got his ass kicked.
He got his ass.
He got humbled, bro.
Easy. But I thought it was cool that Hawk was like, you know what? I like your balls. I
like your testicles.
The pair you got on you, you got a large set, sir. So
I bet it's very heavy to walk around.
So how about you just get better and come fight me again?
Come back, man.
Come back. Remember this L? Come and fight me. Find me later when you can actually fucking fight me.
Remember that what unicycle guy was giving him trouble?
Yo, unicycle guy was nuts. That was Buggy's crew, right?
Yeah, that was the guy who pulls a sword out of his mouth. Hella cool.
I don't know if I'd say hella cool.
Oh, he's just cool?
I would just say that I didn't notice he was on a unicycle, and then when I did, I was like, oh, that's actually kind of impressive that he's fighting on a unicycle right now.
Yeah, he has those like topsies bouncing on his sword.
But I will say that like it's hard to take One Piece seriously sometimes during fights because it follows cartoon rules. Sometimes it follows cartoon rules.
Oh man, I can't wait for you to get into this.
All right, you want my criticisms with One Piece?
Yeah, go ahead.
My thing about it, there was a scene when he was fighting. What's the guy's name? The pirate fleet.
Oh, Krieg.
Don Krieg. When he was fighting Don Krieg.
I like that fight.
And Nami escapes. Like, Nami gets away, steals the boat. He tells Usopp and Zolo to follow with her. And then they just don't draw them in panels for a really long time. And so I was like, oh, I guess they just went off and tried to track her down. but then later it shows that they never left.
Oh yeah, they're hanging out.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? We're not leaving you behind, Luffy, kind of shit.
Yeah, but they never mention it. Luffy's just like, go, and they're like, yeah, and then they're off panel for a long time, and they don't draw them until they're on the boat to go to.
Is that what happened? They're they found out Nami's left.
Yeah,
and Luffy told Zoro and Usopp to go after her.
I'm pretty sure in the middle of the fight he was like, you guys should probably go after Nami, like go figure out where Nami went. And
then all of a sudden they're like, hey, we're still here.
He might have just said it to the boys because
I think it's in this one. I think it's before the Hawkeye fight, right?
Is it? Nah, it's gotta be after the Hawkeye fight.
Because after the Hawkeye fight, that's when they left.
That's when they leave.
Yeah, I see. Okay, this is it right here. See it? This is Luffy and Zoro all mad and stuff. Or Usopp. That's when she steals the ship from Johnny and Yosaku. How you feel about those guys? Real quick.
They're okay.
Yeah, they are.
They're all right. They stick around long?
Let's keep. I won't say.
Are they a member of the crew?
I won't say anything, but let's just say they're brothers. They're all brothers.
See, look, ugh. Okay. What an annoying captain. All right, Usopp, we'll go. See, and then later they're with everyone else. It was weird.
I'm pretty sure there was an explanation. Like they probably couldn't keep up to her. But you know what?
I remember that the homie comes back and is like, I've tracked her ship's wake and gave the direction that she's going.
Yosaku.
And then it's Zoro, Luffy, and Usopp getting a boat to go. But Zoro, Usopp, and the other two already went. I'll reread it, but I'm pretty sure I got confused because I
do plan on rereading this soon, so maybe we'll discuss this.
Because I was like,
now that I have him back, maybe
I was like, you might be looking at it through rose-colored glasses.
No, One Piece is always amazing.
Well, there's a question and answer thing where he was like, hey, remember that one part where the bandits kicked in the door and then in the next panel it was showing them and the door behind them was completely fixed? What's up with that, sensei? And he was like, oh, well, that was the village's door fixer. He's very eager and he's impatient, so as soon as a door breaks, he wants to fix it. I definitely didn't make a mistake. Like,
he definitely made that into an actual character.
You know what? And maybe he'll explain the.
Was there a little picture? I remember him making a little doodle of a carpenter.
Yeah, he made a little doodle of a carpenter. Yeah, that's it. That's the question and answer that he did.
I could be wrong, but he does make an actual appearance.
Interesting. I like when people are like, "Can I be Luffy's friend?" And he's just like, sure. I don't care. Whatever. Sure.
Luffy's your nakama.
Yeah. He's
Are you feeling nakama yet?
What's that?
We'll get that later. I'll wait till you finish this Arlong Park arc. No, it's just a theme. It's just a theme. You'll feel it. So this is the last one you read, 8? Or have you picked up 9 yet?
I think the last one I read was 8.
Okay, so
Arlong's hanging out. I think they just captured Usopp.
Captured Usopp
because the whole thing was like Nami was like, I've been part of Arlong's crew the whole. That's how I read Nami's voice. I've been part of Arlong's crew the whole time.
No, she sounds sexy.
No, she's gotta sound like that.
Okay, I mean whatever helps you. This is the same guy who listens to carnival music while reading Berserk.
Listen, I will never. The juxtaposition of listening to like elevator style music, like a music that you would listen to on like an elevator or like a corporate like hold time, to just the pure chaos, gore, and just like extreme fantasy of Berserk, it does something to my brain. It just itches it all in the right places.
I mean, to each
reading the father, what was his name? Father Mazga's fight to like just organ music. Not like, church music.
Oh, what? That'd be funny, though.
Like elevator music. It's good. I like it. I fully say that we should have that going.
Yes, we should have licensed music on.
But no, One Piece is lit so far. I'm enjoying it. I like the character motivations.
He wants to be king of the pirates.
He wants to be king of the pirates. Zoro wants to be the best sword slider there ever is. Sanji wants to find the what is it? Deep blue.
All blue.
The all blue, where he can catch any kind of fish from all the different oceans.
Yeah,
dude, that's rad.
That's a good. Did you like his backstory?
His backstory was pretty cool. I like Sanji's back. I've always liked Sanji though.
Just remember in the, you know how in the manga, like he had what's his name? Chef Zeph. He ate his own leg, like crushed that shit. Dude, in the fucking anime, he didn't do that.
What'd he do?
He saved. He saw Sanji drowning, so he, like before they got. Oh fuck! I forgot how this. Apparently, Sanji was in the water. His leg got caught on a rope, and he cut his leg off to go save Sanji. That's how he lost a leg. Even though I think it's manly, you had to eat your own leg.
Nah, it's cooler. It's cooler that he made him think he had more food, but it was all just treasure.
What a twist!
What a pirate thing to do!
What
a dope pirate thing to do. That's the other thing is like this book. I was worried because of how goofy and zany it is that I wasn't gonna be piratey enough for me.
It's pretty piratey.
It's pretty piratey.
Yeah. I
hope it maintains.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a weird special flavor of piratey that I'm really enjoying. Some of the characters I could do without, like Don Krieg's the big Pearl guy.
The Invincible Pearl?
The Invincible Pearl. Fuck that guy. That guy sucks.
Fact.
Why can he make fire?
Fun fact.
Because he would live in the wilderness?
Yeah, he oh no, he's drawed blood. Even Krieg was all like, oh no, my man drawed blood. And then, I mean, he just went on fire.
In episode 0, you mentioned that there's a One Piece villain who's similar to Arsenal, the Moon Knight villain.
You won't see him soon.
It's not Don Krieg, because that's what I was thinking of. Because Don Krieg just like his armor opened up and there was just guns, and he was like pulling.
It's pretty cool,
he was,
right?
Like pulling spears out.
Foul play Krieg, dude. He just has all these. He's a cool guy.
His shield turned into like a cannon that shoot.
And then it turned into a cannon, and then he turned the shield into some kind of spear, like an explosion on a stick.
So I was like, this must be that character. So that it's not him. There's another character whose suit is.
You probably forget him, but there's a guy in a way later on in the arc, in the tournament arc in the Coliseum. It's like some kind of mercenary bounty hunter, and he just has like a bag just full of weapons. And he just like different swords and stuff. He just throws them.
He's a third person shooter main character.
Yeah,
he's just got an inventory full of weapons that he can use at.
That's his fighting style. Just a bunch of swords and like blunt weapons in a bag that he just tosses at Luffy, and
Luffy has to deal with it.
Yeah, it's like a big open tournament thing, like a battle royale thing. But anyway, you'll get. That's a long journey. You'll get there probably like. Next year.
Next year?
What's your schedule like? What's your manga schedule? You will try.
I'm gonna read. So my goal right now is to read 2 a day, 2 volumes a day. That's impressive. So if I read 2 volumes a day, I'll read 14 a week. Right. So I'll be done soon. I'm not gonna do the math. I'm bad at math, but I'll be done soon.
You're gonna take your time, bro. Enjoy the pirate. There's a lesson here to be learned.
I think 2 a day is a good amount.
Yeah, that's actually fine.
It's not hard.
You don't want to be on this forever.
That's like an hour of reading.
One of these is like an hour and a half for me. Or 2.
I'll time it. I'll time it next time.
I will too.
But yeah, man, I'm enjoying One Piece for the most part. I have my gripes with it. There's some characters that I'm just like, I would rather... Like Kobe?
You don't like Kobe?
Kobe? Why does he still want to be a Navy guy?
Because he's friends with a pirate.
What? That doesn't make any sense. That's why he should Luffy, he should want to be on Luffy. He should have been like, Luffy, take me with you.
No, he doesn't want to be a pirate.
He wants to be in the Navy.
Yeah.
Even though the Navy literally tried to kill him.
No, he's a seaman now.
He was like, the only way you can take the system down is from the inside. I'm over here like, ACAB, Kobe. ACAB. All those Navy men are bad.
Don't say that.
All the Navy guys are bad.
That's like saying all the NCR soldiers are bad.
ACAB.
And while me with Moon Knight, I'm really trudging through because reading old 70s comics is it's new to me.
You'll love it.
I'll probably get into it. I was going a little bit back to Moon Knight. I don't know if you were done with One Piece.
Yeah. Listen, man.
When the fighting got started, like everything all said and done, now that was a good to read. That was fun to read. I think all that build up to it was kind of not cool. Except the Hulk part was pretty funny.
The Hulk part?
When he's
like, I'm just going to decide to do stuff that makes Hulk happy today.
Hulk wants day off.
Hulk taking me day.
And like he crashes a picnic. And no one does anything. Yeah. It's like
Valkyrie shows up as like, Hulk, we need help, and he's like, after picnic.
After food. Hulk wants food first. And then they be mean to him. Like I feel like they didn't really need the Hulk there. All those Zodiac members were awful. They're lame. This guy was going to take over the world with these guys.
Was kind of Taurus. Hulk helped out with.
Was that the guy with the
That's the
shooting?
bull.
The bull.
The bull guy.
Oh no, that guy sucks.
No, he took on the Hulk.
Yeah, and guess who defeated him? Moon Knight and Nighthawk.
That's our boys. Those are our billionaire boys.
There was a point.
Rich kids.
God damn it!
He got beat up by rich kids.
We're
dude.
just two guys that are rich.
We're just a couple of rich kids.
They took down Taurus, and then like later on in the book, like after it's all over, like Nighthawk and Moon Knight were like chilling, like, "Hey, that was some pretty good teamwork there." And Hulk's in the background, like, "Why isn't Birdman hanging out with Hulk? Hulk all alone. No one listens." Like it's like a big spread page where everyone's cleaning up. It's all the end of the day, and Hulk's just like in the corner, like, "No one listens to Hulk. Hulk wants to do more than just smashing. No one listens. Birdman doesn't hang out with me."
Birdman doesn't hang out with
and then Nighthawk continues to ignore him and hang out with Moon Knight until he leaves. Until he exits stage.
Cool new character on the scene, man.
Hell yeah, dude!
He's about to be.
Actually, no, because when's the next time he appears in Defenders?
He's the cool new character on the scene of the Marvel comics at the time. Is what I meant. They put him in a smaller book like Defenders to again test the waters with him. You're about to read him in Spider-Man. Well, Peter Parker, the Spectacular.
Why is he fighting Spider-Man? I saw the cover, man. He threw stuff at Spider-Man. He threw his calling cards at him.
See, if you've read more, I could talk about it with you.
Oh, no, you're right. I should stop talking about it.
So Moon Knight gets a reputation of pretending to be a criminal.
Yeah.
To infiltrate criminals.
Because he's crazy.
Pretty much. Yeah. He pretends to be a bad guy mercenary so that he can figure out where the crime is. And then in my opinion, he takes part in a little too much of the crime before he decides to stop the crime.
And that's when Spider-Man comes in?
Spider-Man catches him and he thinks that he's working for the criminals, so they fight in the classic, like, two heroes meeting for the first time thinking they're both bad guys situation, right? Like, because at the time, Spider-Man, in his early days, remember John Jonah Jameson, the newspaper guy? Get me pictures of Spider-Man.
It's my boy, Triple J.
Yeah, Triple J. He is running smear campaigns on Spider-Man. So people of New York are divided in like, Spider-Man saved me from mugging. And then it's like, oh yeah, but that guy with the newspaper says Spider-Man's a criminal and is a villain of New York.
Alex Jones says...
So like Moon Knight runs into him and Moon Knight's like, oh shit, this is that guy from the paper.
He's a subscriber to Triple J.
He probably got a Daily Planet subscription. Hell yeah. He's a millionaire.
Did you say Daily Planet?
Oh no, it's the Daily Bugle.
Oh man, dude, you should read some Superman comics.
Yeah, I've always been thinking about it. There's a new Superman comic book coming out soon.
How about I let you borrow All-Star Superman?
I don't want to read All-Star Superman as the thing. I know that I probably should, but it's just so ugly. I'm sorry.
You think so? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I never thought Lex Luthor's head could be lumpy.
I've gotten past reading comic books for the art style. I'm now in it for the content and the storytelling. That one's ugly though. I don't want to read that one.
Yeah, I don't. It's not my favorite Lois Lane. No, but it does have some good Lex, Jimmy Olsen, and Superman moments.
Did you finish All-Star Superman?
Yeah, I did.
Talk about it.
Oh yeah. Okay, you're right.
I'm not gonna read it. Try and sell me on it, man.
Okay, so there's Superman, right?
All right, you lost me.
I'm not
a fan.
He's defender of the Earth, man. He's Soups.
Exactly.
And he saves the day. Okay, so what happens is like Lex Luthor devises a very complicated plan again to kill Superman, and then something about like sending a spaceship crashing into the sun, and the only way for Superman to save it is to fly through the sun. And apparently, going through that sun accelerated his cells, so now he's like aging really fast. And then Lex Luthor's like, "Yes, I did it. Superman should be dying right now. By my calculations, he should be dead by the end of the book."
He says that. He breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah, he's doing this as he's getting
climbing out of a panel at you.
One of the best scenes, okay, without joking aside, one of the best scenes is when Clark Kent, Lex Luthor's in prison right now. He's in prison. He's like, he knows his reputation's damped now. He just wants to kill Superman. That's all he cares about. He's like, I know that I'm dying. I mean, I'm getting older while Superman stays the same age, kind of thing. Like, so I'm a
millionaire thing to do of Lex Luthor is to hunt like an endangered species.
Yeah, he keeps going on about like
why is he doing it at a certain point? At a certain point, like he's in jail.
Well, he hates Superman because he thinks, God, it's just dumb. He thinks like
he thinks he's a threat to the human race.
Yeah, he thinks Superman's better than everyone. That's the thing. He's like, I don't want this alien. I mean, I could be doing this wrong, people, all you Lex Luthor fans, but he just hates Superman because he's better than him. People should be looking at me. I'm the one with money
and a bald head.
Oh my god, dude, I would rub that head for good luck.
Would you?
Yeah.
I think you'd lose a hand probably.
So one of the best scenes is when Lex is in prison, and he's already done all the evil stuff, and Clark Kent goes to interview him, and Lex has no idea because Superman puts up the whole like bumbling goofball around people, always tripping and stuff. But like he's in Lex's lab in his little prison cell, and he purposely trips over the fucking outlet cord because it was gonna cause a fire, and he's all like, Clark, I conveniently saved your life and my life. That's pretty odd. But he continues saying, like, I like you, Clark. You're nothing like Superman. You're a pathetic, large, dumb oaf. And Clark's like, I still have feelings, sir.
It sounds like you really like the Superman guy.
And then there's a prison riot that goes on, and Lex is all like, these are my people, Clark. They're gonna, worship me. But then like Clark ends up like subtly saving his life because he's Superman. Like when the parasite was like chasing after them,
Parasite's in it.
Yeah, he looks like an actual bug man with a weird like worm face.
Oh no!
He turns into a giant monster. He's chasing after them. He's like, nothing's gonna kill me, Clark. And so Clark behind him steps on the ground that causes the building to crumble on the parasite. He's like, what did I tell you, Clark? And he's like, Jolly G, Lex, you really are the man.
Jolly G?
Golly G. He's a lame-o.
Does he use words like that?
Yes.
I bet he does in the Fourth World stuff that I'm going to get reading.
Oh, I can't wait, dude. When you're done with that, I want to read that.
You're going to read. We're probably both going to read Fourth World.
I'm gonna take a break from Moon Knight to read Fourth World.
Don't take a break. Just read them both.
No. I can only handle one 70s comic at a time.
Why? Why not up those numbers?
Okay. You know what?
Okay.
I never thought about it like that, Christian.
Why not just read more?
That's the message for the night, guys.
The message for always is read more.
The message for episode 1, just for episode 1, is to read more. Come on, everybody.
No, it's to
go to your local
comic book store.
Go to your local news site and
comic book store, library, news site, warning poster,
your QAnon site.
You're queuing on it? No, don't go there.
Twitter's getting popular again.
Go to Twitter while you still can. No, can I talk about Usopp real quick?
Oh, that's right.
Because I didn't get to talk about Usopp.
Because I brought up Usopp one day, and you gave me a face, and I was like, save it.
That's my boy. I love Usopp.
You like Usopp? Remember?
I love Usopp. I love that Usopp lies so much. He's the boy who cried wolf. He's the boy who cried wolf because he's like, the pirates are coming literally this time. Actually, Callahorn's a pirate. Like,
then they actually are pirates.
They're like, we will beat the shit out of you, Usopp, if you do not get out of our house right now.
Get out of our. He goes into people's houses.
He does.
Banging
he's like, the pirates are coming, and they're like, not this shit again. But then he does that every day, and he does it. My favorite thing is he does it because he thinks it's entertaining for them.
Yeah.
He thinks that if he doesn't do it, it's a boring village.
And guess what? He was right.
He's right.
Everybody was like, damn, where's Usopp?
Yeah. They were like, we miss Usopp.
He's like, I'm late for work. Usopp's supposed to wake me up.
No one's going to lie to us like
the guy
this.
The guy with his wife is all like, honey, you're going to be late for work. He's like, I can't be late. Usopp didn't do his thing yet.
I also like how the villain of that, what's his name?
Kuro.
I like how Kuro got glasses from that girl.
Yeah, actual glasses that'll fit his fucking face.
That would work and help out.
For you guys who don't know, Kuro is this like the kind of villain who's like, I'm super smart and everyone's dumb. And he does that weird thing where he pushes his glasses up with his palm of his hand.
He does it with his palm so he doesn't scratch his glasses with his claws. Because he's
the
Black Cat Pirate.
He's the Black Cat Pirates. I think they're pretty cool.
He's got poop on his jacket, Eric.
Because he's a bullshitter.
That's what I'm saying. He's got poop on his jacket.
Because he pretended to be a butler to swindle this dying girl
for 3 whole years.
My plan of 3 years.
That was his nickname. He was, wasn't it?
It was Kuro of 1,000 plans. Kuro of 1,000 plans.
He had one.
He had one
plan, and it was to hang out on an island pretending to be a butler for 3 years.
But remember his backstory? He was all like, I am such a good pirate. I'm getting tired of being chased all the time. They're all easy. I need a... And then he did that.
Man.
Remember that part where Usopp like left Zoro on a boat? Him and Johnny like left him for the Fishman Pirates?
Yep, I do remember. He just hopped off.
I
also like when Nami left Zoro in the fucking trap that they set for the pirates on the wrong side of the island.
He left Zoro though.
Remember, during the Kuro arc, they set up like a grease trap for the pirates.
They set up a trap
on the North Beach because that's where they thought they were coming from, but they were at the South Beach
because they both look the same.
Because they both look the same.
That's so hilarious.
So Nami kicks Zoro into the pit
for her treasure
to get out, and then Zoro's not there the entire fight. He's just not there.
That's so funny. The two,
because he's literally trying to get out of a goddamn pit the entire time. Oh, and Luffy doesn't know where he's going.
He just goes straight.
He ran a certain direction and then just kept going.
What a funny situation. The idiot. Pirates are attacking, and the two weakest members are showed up first.
I love it because it's because Dragon Ball, it's like, oh, Goku's gonna be back. He's on his way from a different dimension. Luffy just gets lost. Goku's running all of Snake Road right now to help us fight the Saiyans. Luffy doesn't know where the fuck he is right now. He's in the woods somewhere. He just got lost. He'll be here any minute, I'm sure. And if he isn't, I guess we'll just have to fight him. Just me and you, slingshot guy.
I'm glad you say that because it's going to be a hoot.
No, I assume he does it a lot more. He seems like an idiot. He seems like an absolute moron. I also like Luffy's resilience to just be like, you're in my gang now.
And they're like, what?
And they're like, no. And then he's like, but you're my cook and no one else.
And then Usopp's all like, Usopp immediately took the invitation. He's like, yeah, but I'm the captain.
No, Usopp was like, time to go start my own pirate crew. And then Zoro and Luffy were like,
yeah,
get in the boat. Get in the boat. You're going to get yourself hurt.
They know he was going to die out.
Get in here, you
Remember
idiot.
that big backpack he held?
You're funny. You make it. They literally.
He had a big ass backpack and a tiny ass boat.
He couldn't get out of his house with it. He fucking fell down. He couldn't leave. He packs a bag bigger than his door and then he tries to leave.
Bigger than his boat, bro. And he's like, looks like I'm gonna be a man. And they're like, just get on our ship, man.
Yeah, Zoro's like, come on, get on the ship.
He's like, really?
And then Luffy's like, yeah, because you're fucking hilarious, dude.
That's my favorite dynamic in the whole crew is Usopp and Luffy.
Because Luffy just thinks he's funny.
Yeah.
And Luffy admires his resilience for his friends and whatnot and all that
it's no surprise.
Stuff.
Oh yeah. But I think it's no surprise to tell you this, but Oda does later confirm that Usopp, out of all the Straw Hats, is physically the weakest. Yeah. So it's fun that the freaking strongest Straw Hat is like hanging out with this guy.
Yeah.
Who's
that's
like
our boy.
Portrayed as the normal guy.
It's because he's funny. It's how far funny gets
dude.
you.
Yeah. And remember all that shit he did on the ship? All those little talents he has? He made the flag. He showed them how to shoot a cannon.
He did make the flag because he knew how to do it.
Because look at my shit.
Because he made the shit one. He was like, oh, that's not how you make a flag. And then he made his flag.
He made his. This is our flag.
And then Zoro was like, no, you fucking idiot. Luffy is the captain. Stop doing that. Stop trying to usurp the captainship.
Remember when they accidentally blew up somebody and like Luffy's like, hey, I'm the captain here. Talk to me. And then Usopp's like, and I'm Usopp. I'm here too.
I don't need you, bro. I didn't ask you to come.
No one asked you, Usopp.
I didn't ask you to come speak on my behalf. Usopp, you could sit down.
I love that you're an Usopp fan.
Usopp always had a draw to me. I like his
stupid nose.
I like his character design, yeah, and I also like his slingshot weapon. And I know that he gets like cooler with the slingshot later, like he gets that mask. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. I don't know what it is. I just know he looks cooler, and he's called the god of something.
Soge King. That's the Sniper King.
That's my boy.
You'll get there.
Gaimon.
Let's talk about the best arc, the best character in One Piece.
Gaimon
is still relevant to this day.
I'm squinting at you right now because you could be right.
I'm not gonna say anything, but Gaimon.
What an idiot.
That was like my first One Piece comic. Was on a Shonen Jump. My brother Jacob got a Shonen Jump.
You got the Gaimon ones?
Yeah, there was a chapter with Gaimon in it, and I was like, whoa.
That's sad.
What? No, he's a cool dude. He's a
man stuck in a chest.
And he has a big ass afro.
Because he's stuck in a chest, he can't groom himself, man. He can't cut his hair.
His body grew morphed into the shape of a treasure chest. What a sad life.
How does that even happen to you? Just get out of the box, man.
He hangs out with, I think because he doesn't have clothes, he's too embarrassed to get out of it. It's not that he's stuck. He's just embarrassed.
He's embarrassed. He's got a lot.
I would hate to see
he's
what
a never nude.
I would hate to see what he looks like out of that box.
Yeah, I would too. also the fact that he didn't immediately throw himself into the sea once he realized that the treasure he's been trying to get to for the last 3 years was empty.
Because he's hanging out with the animals.
He does love the animals.
Remember, there was it was a snake with rabbit ears, and Luke was like, "Look at that weird rabbit." And I'm like, "You mean the snake?" And then here comes a pig with like a lion's mane. It's like, "Whoa, a lion?" And no, that's a pig.
He's not necessarily wrong. They have some of the qualities.
He's not wrong, but he's an idiot. He's an idiot.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
That's my boy.
You know what? Moon Knight's also an idiot.
Moon Knight. Yeah, he is. Later on, you'll understand why, but he is a big old dumb idiot. I also like that like Luffy's such an idiot that he's almost to the level that he's kind of almost an incompetent character at times. Like when he gets when Chef Zeph puts him under his like employ forcefully, like he's just breaking the dishes like every day. They're like just go fucking please just serve the food, and he starts eating the food off the plate. They're like, no, just go take orders. Then you can take Can you go ask them what they want? And then he goes to the table and it's his friends, and they're like, oh great, now his friends are visiting him at work. Shit. This guy's useless. Why did we?
This guy's like the trainee at work.
Yeah, and then Don Creek shows up, and Luffy's like, "Hey, if I beat the shit out of this guy for you, Zeph, can I go home?" And Zeph's like, "That's an incredible fucking deal for me. That's an amazing deal for me. That's 2 things I want."
Wow, 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, that's getting rid of you and that guy. Yes, go.
And then they fight the Pearl.
Then they fight Sanjay fights the Pearl.
That's a cool fight.
Yeah.
I want to say this. Did you know in the 4Kids dub in the anime, he has a surfer dude accent? He's like,
the Pearl?
What? The Pearl is like, "What up, bro?" Or some shit. I can't do it right, but it was very, very
got a California accent.
Very California. I mean, I could be wrong, but I hope I'm right.
God, that's hilarious.
Let's watch it.
Later. Yeah, I've been thinking about watching One Piece, but I just don't want it to fuck with my perception of what I've read so far.
All you gotta do is watch the 4Kids dub, because I feel like that's
the most true to form.
Here's a hot take for you One Piece fans out there. Whenever I read One Piece, I picture Sanji with the 4Kids dub, the Brooklyn accent. Hey, Nami, you look pretty beautiful, right?
The Joey Wheeler. He's the Joey Wheeler of the squad.
Then I get to like the whole Cake Island arc, which you'll get to, where you get some more of his backstory, and it's
he has more backstory.
Yeah, some characters get more backstory later on.
Huh? Interesting, because he was 10 when he got recruited by Zeph, right?
Yeah,
and then he's 19 when they join up with him. So I just assumed that he was on the what is it? The Barate?
The Barati.
The Barati.
I think it's pronounced Barati. The Bugatti. The Bugaki.
The Bukaki.
The SS Bukaki.
No, I wouldn't eat at that restaurant.
That was the ship that brought us here to Planet Zero, man.
No, it's the SS Page Turner. We painted over it.
We changed it.
We changed the name.
Yeah,
we thought it was too abrasive, but we didn't want to lose too much of the abrasiveness.
Yeah, we also took out a lot of the seats inside and then put it a couch because we thought that'd be cool, but now it's just gross.
All right, but
just splash some Febreze on it.
How's Swamp Thing going? You mentioned Swamp Thing the last time we talked.
Oh, it's still a journey. Like I said, old comics is a lot. It's like reading a novel, pretty much. Because it's Alan Moore too. He's very.
That's my boy.
Do you care about spoilers?
No,
of course. Oh yeah, no spoilers here on tonight.
No spoilers.
Nope.
So you're not going to tell me about Swamp Thing?
I'm sorry. Spoiler alert, guys. There's
always
everything. A spoiler alert.
Listen, you're listening to a book club. You're coming here to hear us talk about the things that we read in the book. Heavy spoilers for all subject matters.
Spoiler alert: Swamp Thing gets human pussy. It's beautiful.
He gets a girlfriend. He gets a girlfriend.
He gets a girlfriend. Abigail Cable.
From what I understand of the character, those relationships always end up.
And really it's funny. It's funny, like because they're
really nice. Nothing bad happens to that relationship whatsoever.
For the first 2 books, they're like just friends and everything.
Yeah.
But she has like an abusive relationship with her husband. Not abusive, just a.
She's got a shit husband.
Just a shit husband who's always talking about getting a job, but all he does is get drunk and like uses his weird hologram powers to think about naked women.
What?
Yeah, they hint.
Hold on, elaborate. What?
So all he does all day is
who is he?
This guy's Matt Cable.
Matt Cable.
All he does is like drink alcohol on his lounge chair, and he holds his hand out and like beautiful women like come out like holographic lights. He just like stares at it as he gets drunk.
That's just a power he has?
Yeah, they explain that he has a power that he can create things. I don't know, like things in the life, and then they don't really go into depth with it, and they don't really use it until at the end when he's dying, because his body gets possessed by a villain, Anton Arcane, an old villain of Swamp Thing. Doesn't even use his powers, like Matt Cable's powers, and then when he's dying, like after the fight with
one last time, he gets like a hula girl.
He's like, I'm dying, Swamp Thing, but I'm gonna use my, because Abigail died at the point. He's like, I'm gonna use my powers to bring her back to life. Like, okay, you can do that? I thought you can just make holograms or some shit. I guess his
those were real little women that you were making?
I believe those were powers that he was doing. I just don't know why he did it or the full capacity of his powers. So he didn't bring her back to life. All he did was make her body normal, but her soul's not there, kind of thing. Like,
he like healed the body, but he didn't bring the soul back.
That's when he met Dead Man.
That's like Josuke's grandpa.
Sad,
but it's like that, right?
Yeah, it is pretty much like that.
It's exactly what happened. The opposite of Buccarati.
So then this guy dies, Matt Cable. He goes to heaven and hell
at the same time.
To get mostly hell.
Okay.
To get.
He didn't seem very heaven-worthy based off of your description of a drunk man who just conjures women for his pleasure.
And he's like, Swamp Thing, you're my friend. You won't fuck my wife.
Is that real? He says that?
No, but I don't know. He doesn't.
He's
really
like, Swamp Thing, you're my friend. I give you full pass.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He says he's his friend.
My wife.
He says he's his friend, but the Swamp Thing mostly hangs out with Abby while he just gets drunk.
It's funny as hell.
So after his
imagine getting your girlfriend stolen by Swamp Thing after you died.
I mean, if I'm dead, he did say, "Take care of Abby for me."
And then Swamp Thing was like, "Hey, I don't know if you realize this, but I also don't have a job technically.
I just live
in the green.
You know, Matt, me and you have things in common. None of us have a job, and both of us like Abigail." I mean, what?
Right before he disappears from heaven, he's like, "What'd you say, Swamp Thing?
Wait, what? Swamp Thing?
Huh? What did
you're not gonna fuck my wife, are you?
Before I bring my wife back, you're not gonna fuck her, right?
No.
Bring her back though. Go ahead, do it."
So after these fight Anton Arcane, and he goes to hell to find Abigail's soul, he sees Anton Arcane in hell. He's like, "Swamp Thing, it is you. How many years has it been since our battle?" And Swamp Thing like, "It was yesterday, Arcane." And he's like, "Yesterday?" And they're just walking off as you hear his screams. Him and the stranger.
That's the scream of a man who was realizing that it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
He's like, "Have you endured years of torture since our battle, Swamp Thing?" And Swamp Thing's like, "Nah, that was yesterday. I'm here to get my girlfriend's soul, actually. I'm actually fixing everything that happened yesterday."
Yeah, that girl you killed, I'm bringing her back.
It's been a millennia down here for me.
That's his niece, too.
That sucks, Arcane. I'm sorry.
That's his niece, by the way, too.
Really?
Abigail, yeah.
Dang, dude.
And he's all like, he sees her like running out of hell with her body, with her soul, and he's all like, "No, that was my only thing against you, was that killing your girl that you love, even though it was my niece." And he's like run past him, and it's just a head just biting to his leg, like, and then I think Etrigan kicked it, like punted it.
Etrigan's there?
Yeah, Etrigan follows him to hell.
Hell yeah, that's our boy.
Because Deadman follows him in heaven, and then I think he meets another. I don't know what the guy's name is. They call him the Stranger, and then they go to meet the Spectre. The Spectre takes him to hell.
I love all those characters in DC.
Spectre?
I feel like they're not used enough. The Spectre, the Stranger, Deadman.
Yeah, they're funny. Is that the name of the Stranger?
It might. Were you thinking of the Spectre? Is it the guy with the green cape?
That's the Spectre. But there's also another character called. They never said his name, but they just refer to him as the Stranger. He's a guy with like a blue hat and a blue trench coat.
I think that might be his name.
Sure, whatever. The Stranger. What was I talking about now? Oh yeah, they were walking. They're like, the Stranger is showing Swamp Thing where the Spectre is. "Let me show you to my friend the Spectre." And they're walking, and it just keep getting dark. And like, "Where are we, Stranger?" Is like, "We're here." And they like all of a sudden a big eye opens up, and they were walking inside him the whole time, like some kind of cosmic deity.
Yeah, his name's the Phantom Stranger.
So he was the stranger.
He was the stranger. That's our boy.
But he's not a stranger anymore now that we're acquainted.
No, that's his powers. He's always a stranger to you.
You'll never know.
Do you know about the mutant Forget-Me-Not?
How can I forget?
That's his power, actually, is that if you're not looking directly at him, you forget he exists.
That's a mutant power.
That's his mutant power.
That is not...
There's also a mutant power, and this guy's power is that his heart rate will not exceed 70 beats per minute. So he's always calm.
Damn, you got the wrong end of the muted gene. What's it called? X gene?
X gene.
Yeah, you got the wrong end of the X gene. Is that
shit end of the X gene?
Yeah, my X gene, I can shoot lasers. Yeah, well,
people don't know who I am.
I don't know. Nobody knows who I am.
Nobody knows I exist unless they're looking directly at me.
Talking about Forget-Me-Not. I'm looking at you right now.
Professor X actually has to have like a thing in his brain that reminds him periodically of that guy's existence.
But only for like 30 minutes, right? And then doesn't it give him like an extra 30 minutes?
No, just because he has to. Otherwise, no one would ever talk to him.
Doesn't he not have a file in the computer?
He does, but who's going to look at it? They don't know he exists. Why would you look for a file that you didn't know existed?
Don't fuck with me.
I'm just
a file that doesn't exist. Never mind. I'm not going into that.
No, it's a file that you never knew existed. Why would you look for it? You got so much more Moon Knight to read.
Yeah, no. I promise I'll get into that. I'm sorry. Thing is, this book is really thick, and I read books at work. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be hauling this big ass thing. So what I do bring is Walking Dead, which I'm nearing the end, by the way.
Nice.
Got like 3 more books, so I'll read that at work, and then I come home and I'm like, man, that issue of Walking Dead was pretty good. I want to see what happens next. I have that problem, so I apologize.
No, that's what I do too. You do have a disadvantage here because you're reading a
omnibus. A big ass textbook.
You're reading American comic books, which aren't like manga. So I
am.
With Walking Dead, you're like, that was really good. I want to continue the storyline. With One Piece, I can be like, wow, I want to continue reading on with One Piece and moving through it. With you, it's like, I finished a story. I'm done with that story.
And it's not good.
It wasn't that great. I have to start a new story.
I got to start a new story with a lot of build up and then work my way to the end where all the action is. Mm-hmm. A lot of boring build up.
There's action in the front sometimes.
Yeah, there is. There's some action. I'm being a little too mean, I guess. But
it's okay. I call that a continuity error on One Piece. I swear to God, there's a continuity error. I swear to God. No, I swear to God, they like go off and then they're back.
Well, I'll reread that. Maybe I'll just take a break from Moon Knight and reread it to make sure.
Maybe I'll reread Moon Knight.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. You want to borrow my copy of Moon Knight?
No, you need to finish that.
Oh.
You need to read the rest of that.
I can't believe you're about to offer me 2 Moon Knight omnibuses.
Yeah.
Good thing my backpack couldn't fit 2.
All right. Well, from Planet Zero. Right?
On Planet Zero.
On Planet Zero.
From Planet Zero, made by Planet Zero.
I'm going to give you a challenge to read because it'll be about the same amount. I just want you to read the last 2 guest spots that he has.
All right.
And then just all the Hulk magazine stuff. And it's not because the Hulk magazines are like, he got a few pages in each magazine, so they're going to be shorter, more congruent stories that dive into him more. And then if you want to start a solo series, start a solo series. But I'm going to read the next 12 One Piece.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm going to give you a challenge, then I remembered that you just naturally read more than me.
I'll probably come to you in a couple of days and be like, give me more One Piece.
I'll be like, read it up to the end of the Arlong Park, but then I realize, oh wait, he's probably gonna want to.
I'm gonna do that
tomorrow.
Probably
gonna do that tonight.
Tomorrow. Tonight we're gonna go hang out with the creature because he texted you.
The creature. Yeah, he texted us, and
there's some cool plans going down this evening.
Yeah, I mean, I know we were talking shit about creatures on Planet Zero, but
he gets up to some cool stuff.
There's some cool stuff they get up to.
Hell of a karaoke singer. I don't know if you've ever gone to karaoke with the creature.
You get past the ooze that it leaks.
You do. You want him in the back of the walking file because otherwise you're gonna ruin your shoes. But thank you guys for listening.
We gotta get new shoes.
We gotta go get new shoes.
Because
slime resistant shoes to hang out with the creature. And we will see you next time on the podcast. The
book club from Planet Zero.
That's it. That's the one. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.